Good morning and welcome back to Miniature Monday here on Gaming with ADHD, where I realize, folks, that I have been gone for a couple of weeks, and I do apologize for not being here for the regular paint stream and then showing up late today and just you know, it's how I roll. You all should be used to it by now. No, it was good though. I did take a couple weeks off from work. I took a couple weeks off from everything. Obviously, you probably saw like my shorts for some miniatures that I've had painted for just a few of the Battletech miniatures reviews. Hopefully you tuned in for the premieres of the Eberron deep dives. Overall, I mean, it's been good. So I mean, I've actually noticed some good growth on the channel. I was sort of suspecting maybe trying to see if I could get to 2,000 subscribers before the end of the year, and I might actually make it. So it's super crazy what's going on. Anyway, so needless to say, I am back. I am excited to be here. Let's see, and I forgot to share on some other socials, so give me just a second. I am so good at this. Anyways. But yeah, so overall it's been good. I am wearing some treats that I picked up from my vacation. Yes, I'm always right. My daughter-in-law loved this shirt yesterday. I was very proud of that. And I have a new hat. I am not a hat guy. I don't know why. It bothers me. It annoys my head, but I keep buying hats. And so this is the ball cap for the AA minor league baseball team of Huntsville, Alabama, the Rocket City Trash Pandas. We were in Target, and okay, so the wife and I have this thing we do where we don't wear like identical t-shirts, but we'll wear like themed t-shirts where if you look and you kind of know what's going on, there's something that links them together, either the style or the message on the shirt, whatever it is. There's something where it's not the same, but it's related. Anyways, so our niece goes to the University of Alabama, and so we got Kim a University of Alabama t-shirt to go with the University of Alabama earrings that she'd picked up. And we were in Target when we got that shirt, and there were these Rocket City Trash Panda shirts. I'm like, why is this has to be like a local high school? What is this? I don't know. And then it turns out that it's the minor league team, and it's like, that's it. And so that's my matching shirt for her matching shirt. It's dumb and it makes me laugh, and I don't care. So that shirt is currently in the wash, so that's why I'm not wearing that one today. But anyways, it was a lot of fun. I will have plenty of stories to tell about that. But overall it was good. It was good to get a couple of weeks off. My boss has been afraid of me getting burnt out. So being able to get some time off to relax a little bit, see my sisters, see my nieces, see a part of the country I've never been to, see Max Liao from Legion of Myths, see Cody from GM Cody, like actually meet them in person. That was great. It made the, like, literally the trip was fantastic. You know, the only thing I really miss is the vaulted ceilings in my sister's house, because we do not have them in my house. So, anyways, good morning, Mundo. Good to see and hear from you as well. I'll respond to your text later. Yes, I realize that means we've been talking prior to this, but I was trying to get ready. It's why I didn't respond. Anyways, so yeah, it was a really, really good trip, really good time off. Definitely helped me recharge. And now as I'm going to set this up, I realized that I did not properly configure my camera because it's been off for a couple of weeks. So I get to fix this. I am so bad at this, folks. I don't know why any of you show up to hang out with me. But I absolutely appreciate it. So, anyhow. Let's see. Obviously, I haven't played a lot of games. I've been trying to read stuff. Oh my gosh. Holy Hungar! Number one, good morning. And number two, thank you. I missed you, buddy. And if Malachi was here, he would say thank you too. Hungar, you are awesome sauce. I'm even going to highlight that one. You are awesome sauce. Anyhow, so yeah, it was crazy. I did so much. Oh my gosh, I've done so much driving in the last 2 weeks. Like it was ridiculous how much driving I had to do. So like everything in relation to Huntsville, Alabama is 2 hours away. Like that was like the easiest math to do was just assume that if you were going to go anywhere, it was 2 hours. And whether it was up to Nashville, it was 2 hours. If it was Alice in the Borderlands, does she go into a castle and find all sorts of monsters that really don't belong there? Hungar. All right. Oh my gosh, I need paint. Can you tell I've not done this for a while? Like literally, before leaving, I packed up my paint. I packed up, just to clean up my desk. I packed up, I don't even know what colors I need. We're going to get some of that. Because I want to finish off this guy, this Vindicator, but I need a little bit of layer there because we're going to do some dry brushing. I will tell her you said hi, Hungar. Thank you. I also need to finish off Halo. I really need a better paint system. Or I need to get my paint racks figured out. I need to get my desk figured out. Oh my gosh. All right, let's slow down a little bit. All right, let's do some dark gold and brown. I know, folks, this is super exciting. Let me get some burnt. Yeah, I like that. Let's get the ivory out. Light umber. Silver. Where's that dark silver? Dark silver. Pale pink. Where's the regular flesh tone? I know, folks, this is super exciting. Not beige red. Good morning, Malachi. Hey, Malachi, say thank you to Hungar. Tan flesh. There we go. Tan flesh. And I'm just getting a bunch of paints out because I don't know what I'm doing right now. All right, good to see you, sir. Did it send you a notification or something that you'd gotten gifted a membership? I don't know. I've never been gifted a membership. I'm not saying somebody has to do it. I'm just saying it's not happened, so I don't know. All right, I think that should be enough. That should be enough paint for now to at least figure out what I'm doing. Oh, all right. Well, that's cool. All right. So I've got to work on Halo because I'm supposed to go and do demos this weekend. And so I need to get these guys finished. Oh, I need to do an unboxing video. I got the Spartan edition in while I was gone. That is legit. They did some stuff in there that I was not expecting. If you are interested in the Halo miniatures game, just get the Spartan edition. Just do that. It's got double the number of Spartans. So you get 8 different Spartans in 2 colors each. You get 4 elites. So essentially you get 5 fire teams. I still haven't read all the rules, but that's my fault. But then the biggest thing is, so Dead Zone and Halo are played on a mat that's got a 3x3 inch by 3 inch. Well, it's a 2-foot mat with with 3-inch grid squares all over it. Man, I cannot word today. And in the Recon edition, they give you a paper one, and it's fine. I mean, it's fine. In the Spartan edition, though, they give you an actual game board. So it's, you know, obviously, I mean, it's not a neoprene mat, but it's, you know, it's hard. It'll lay flat. The creases won't really be an issue. Like that alone was a selling point to me. Obviously, I should put all of that in a review video, which I will. So tune into that. I mean, all I've really been able to do is just glance at it. Like, we got home late Saturday, and I have just been dragging my butt the whole time. Worst part is, couldn't take a nap yesterday. Tried. Was not sleepy. So I am all jacked up for work. What's up, Six World? And yes, Roll Tide. I literally have next to no skin in the game. Like, the skin in the game is my niece goes there, and she's kind of cool. So I will definitely second Roll Tide. Other than that, it's Go Devils. Always Go Devils for me. I literally have no idea exactly what I'm doing. I'm just trying to get some detail work done on all of these. No, that shouldn't be brown. Like, this little piece right here, though, looks kind of like a knife scabbard. Oh, they have that on all of them. Oh, no. That's a knife scabbard. Okay, so I'm going to have to come up with something else for that. All right, it's not that guy. Let's take this guy. I don't know why, but I like the idea of a leather knife scabbard. And come on. It's powder blue armor. It's not like he's really going for, like, stealth or matching equipment. You know? No, it was a really good trip. I've never been to that part of the country. Now, I have not been there in summer, but at least as of this moment, like, if I had a reason to, I'd be willing to live there. Like, the crazy thing was looking up on Zillow just for fun, and for about the same price as our house would sell for, we could get like an extra 1,000 square feet. Like, it's absolutely nuts. You know, we both work from home, so it's not like it would be an issue. But I mean, this is where most of my friends are. This is where my son and his wife are. This is where my daughter-in-law's family is. Heck, we practically have a second daughter-in-law. And, you know, she essentially lives right around the corner. So her family's here. It's like there's a lot of reasons why we would not leave. So less humid than Florida? That's good to hear, because I hear it's ridiculously humid. And my sister does not have enough ceiling fans. I'm just gonna say that. Actually, that was the weird thing. We came home to Arizona being cooler than or Phoenix, Arizona being cooler than Huntsville, Alabama. I don't know how that happened. We left and it was cooler than Huntsville. Sorry. Let us. So I'm not sick, thank goodness. But I keep getting this tickle in my throat. And it's super annoying. It has a cape and everything. But overall, I mean, the people were nice. The roads, for the most part, were in good condition. I say that because we did a lot of driving. There was one day, Friday. It was Friday. Yeah, it was Friday. We didn't leave as early as we probably should have. But we went from Huntsville to Chattanooga. There we go. Holy crap, I could not remember the name of the city. We went from Huntsville to Chattanooga to Nashville, back to Huntsville. I remember what I said. Essentially, everything in the area is 2 hours away. So it was about 2 hours from Huntsville to Chattanooga. Because Kim wanted to go to the Little Debbie Park, where they have a statue of a Christmas tree cake. And she really wanted to see that. So, of course, I took her. Then we went for our second trip to Nashville, so we could see the Parthenon, which was actually kind of cool. Essentially, it's an art gallery. What else? Oh, we wanted to go to the Grand Ole Opry. Or let me rephrase that. The Opryland Hotel to see the Christmas lights. But we did not research it properly. Oh. The game room that I sent you, Six World? I'll tell you exactly where it is. I'll bring it up. Give me a second. But yeah, so apparently, like, you have to, like, basically we were there on one of the blackout dates. And so unless you have tickets, which are like $40 a person, I'm not paying $40 to see Christmas lights. Just saying. Yeah, basically otherwise it's free. So we just went on the completely wrong night. We didn't research a lot going into this trip, which is absolutely our fault. But it's also been like we've never been there. So we just kind of wanted to wing it. So I mean, essentially that's what we did. All right, let me find this, and there'll be better pictures online. So, let's see here, maps.google.com. Huntsville board game. High Ground Hobbies and Cafe. All right. So, obviously, game store. Here, I will put the link in the chat. All right, so private gaming rooms. What? That's it? Ugh. Okay. This is very disappointing. I was expecting, like, better pictures. I think I took a better picture. Anyways, let's zoom in. Nope, that doesn't work. There we go. There? Okay. All right. So, this is the one that I took a picture of. The Apothecary. Basically, it's got kind of a Cthulhu theme. You can see there's a Cthulhu painting up here. There's all these, like, branches across the top. So, it gives you a very spooky feel. They did have, like, a closet where there's like basically it's like a gaming TV, you know, so you lay it down, you can put like your map and stuff up on it with your laptop. So they've got all the hookups for that. The captain's quarter, we didn't get to go in, and we kind of like peeked in, but there were some guys playing some games in it. They were really nice. I didn't take a picture of it because basically I was trying to avoid taking pictures of people that weren't there to get their pictures taken. Like if you're out in public, I don't care. I'm going to try and get you out of the picture because I don't want you in my picture. But it was a private gaming room. I don't have to take a picture of that. And then this Legends Lounge. I think it's set up for streaming. They had a guy in there doing like some promo pictures for something. So then this we didn't get to see, although we probably, like, the guys in the captain's quarter told us to ask about it. But we didn't. Anyways, so this is below. This is like a renovated house. The crazy thing is, like, we'll go to this real quick. So this is the kitchen. I think this is literally just the kitchen of the house. As they've got like a full little cafe thing going on. It was nice. I didn't order anything, but I mean, they've got like, they got like full menu. This place was crazy. Let's see. The shop was fine. It was a little small. This is their miniatures gaming room. I didn't count the tables, but figure about 12. Okay, so you can get a good size miniatures tournament in here. They've got these little sideboards for, your miniatures, rolling your dice, whatever. Plenty of terrain. Like, you can literally see what it looks like outside these windows. Like, it's the house is basically in a forest. It's nice. Oh, it was nice and cozy. They have another room that's good enough for like 24 people playing a minute or card game. So Friday Night Magic or any other card game. Anyways, it was crazy. Anyway, so I want to go.
and look at this because I wanted to. Okay, so yeah, this is so they've got a full on Airbnb going on. You know, all this is nuts. It's got to be multiple bedrooms. Oh, okay. There's the outside of it. So like I think so like the dungeon's gonna be like right here. Like the owners of it have to have like a house or like a room or something somewhere. But it was this whole place was cool. This was a great gaming shop. Others I went to were good as well. I was talking with Cody when we were hanging out, and I actually have to say, nowadays, like, all game stores are more or less identical, and it's really frustrating. Like, you go in, you're gonna find the same games. You're going to find, yeah, the layout's going to be a little bit dependent on the store, how much space they have, things like that. But for all intents and purposes, like, essentially the main reason to go to a different store is to see if they have any like sales or specials going on, which is kind of sad in my opinion. Yeah, Steve, it really does look good, and we had an absolute blast. Absolutely enjoyed my time there. Why does this not look? Colors are doing weird things to my eyes. So yeah, it like that's just the frustrating thing. Like even when we went to England, yep, I know Brian went to England. Haha, everybody laughed. Like even when we went to England, like even there, the game stores were all, and I didn't go to a lot, but it was all kind of the same games, you know. Not a whole lot of, you know, regional variety. England was the most disappointing. Sorry, Steve. Just because it was like when I got into gaming, like there were all these European games that you just couldn't get in the States. And so I was kind of expecting to see some of that. And nope. Cancels friendship. Aw. Wait, that's what it took? Come on. I have to have said way more offensive, Steve. No, and again, that wasn't like to trash the game stores in Europe. It was it turns out it was filled with English. That's fair. No, my main issue, again, my main issue was just that I didn't really
see any games that I wouldn't see at home. So that was a little frustrating. Apparently this is cleanup day. So yeah, even it was just a little frustrating. You know, not seeing anything different. Now, one thing they did, or I did find, in Tennessee, I found the closest I've ever seen to my used bookstore. Where they've got books and toys and music and Blu-ray and basically it's an entertainment place. The disappointing thing was the role-playing section. Which is weird because I'm not sure. Like, I'm starting to wonder if gamers are just holding on to more of their stuff for longer. Or if we dispose of it differently as opposed to taking it to the used bookstore. Because even Cody said that, like, it used to be way better. To get gaming stuff in the past, but like just the section that they dedicate to it has gotten smaller. And I checked out a couple of locations. They have one in Nashville and they have one in Chattanooga. So I went to the Chattanooga one while we were I mean, we went to the Little Debbie Park. That was about it. I mean, there's probably other things to see in Chattanooga. We just didn't. But anyways, but it was a it was a decent little, or it wasn't even little. It was massive. It is a massive used bookstore. All I looked at was the gaming stuff. But yeah, seeing a place that rivals the used bookstore that I go to was kind of a shock, because I literally don't see any places like that, and I look for them. Yeah, I don't know what it is about the Little Debbie Christmas trees. Like, I don't... Like, it's just one of their zebra cakes. And I don't like the zebra cakes. But the Little Debbie Christmas trees? Yeah, I'll keep being a fat kid. Do I need Little Debbie Christmas tree cakes? No. Am I going to eat them? Yes. Oh, Tennessee hot chicken is amazing. Hattie B's, I think was the best that I had. We did find so we finally got to Nashville and we get our car and we're driving. Nashville hot chicken. Okay, fine. I didn't know it was Malachi, I'm not from there. I guess it's Nashville hot chicken. Whatever. Hot chicken is really good. But we got in the car and we're starting to head towards Alabama. And we found this place called Hangry Joe's. And Hangry Joe's hot chicken was pretty darn good too. That was the first one that we had. And we'd had it here in Arizona before. But and that's fair, Malachi. I can fully admit that I was calling it Tennessee hot chicken out of ignorance. So that was really good. What else did we have? Okay. Oh, Buc-ee's. I've finally been to Buc-ee's. It is not underrated, but I do think it's a bit overrated. And I say that having spent way too much money at Buc-ee's. Like, if you didn't want to just go to a fast food restaurant or you needed a gas fill up, whatever, they've actually got some decent food. So we tried breakfast, we tried, stuff for lunch. We wouldn't go for dinner. But like, it was funny because they're building one here in Arizona, and it's way out on the other side of town. And my son was like, well, why are they putting it so far away? Why don't they put it where people can get to it? And I started thinking, and like, my personal opinion is that Buc-ee's isn't like your urban gas station. I think it's supposed to be more like a Love's, basically, kind of like you're out in the middle of nowhere kind of gas station. Because at least the two that we went to, there was like nothing else nearby. You're going at least like 5 miles to get there. I mean, it's not too far, but it's definitely like not it's definitely not your local gas station or anything. Hey, good morning, Mage. So it was fun. It was absolutely a fun adventure. Trying to think. Oh, went to the Country Music Museum. I do not like country music, but I can absolutely recognize its influence and its history. Now, let's be honest, a good museum is a good museum. Hey, you are always welcome here to be a nuisance, Sean. And I need to get some recording done too. I've got more Battletech to record. I've got Halo to record. Anyways. Okay, Canada's at least 6 hours away. Dang it, now I have to figure that out. Huntsville to Toronto. Toronto. Okay, that's a 13-hour drive. 13 hours. Not 6, 13. And I gotta go to Canada.
um What's it all about?
Six Mage, you're not wrong on the 6 hours. I would probably like 6 hours I might have considered. Kim might have shot me. It would definitely be an overnight trip. But yeah, no, it's 13 hours. So yeah, 26-hour round trip. Last review was the vehicle. You're at least 2 weeks behind Sixth World. No, you're at least 3 weeks behind. Because last Monday was the Union dropship, which is literally one of my best performing videos to date, which is... I don't want to be just the Battletech channel. But you gotta play the algorithm. You gotta give people what they want. I get it. I get it. Yeah, so last week was that. Today is the Clan Direct Firestar, so lots of 2Cs. Sort of what had the opportunity to be the Driving to Canada channel. Nobody wants to be the Driving to Canada channel. Actually, I saw a very interesting stat on Canada today. 97% of Canada's population increase. I don't know what the time frame was. I missed on that. 97% of Canada's population increase was driven by immigration. That is absolutely nuts. And I'm not saying that as someone who's against immigration. I'm saying that as like that is not sustainable. People need to have more babies. I'm just gonna say that. Sorry, folks. Didn't mean to go into politics. That's just nuts. Anyway, and it's Sixth World. You know what? It's not my fault you can't keep track of your inventory. Like, you had a bed go missing. How do you let a guest walk out with a bed? They're not very small. Oh, and I totally agree with you that it sounds a little embellished, and I don't think it would if it was like if I had a time frame. It was just one of my politics news shows that I was watching before this, and they mentioned the stat. So it's just crazy. And thank you for saying that was a good video, Steven. Steven, I love your comments on my videos. I do. Folks, if you watch one of my videos, like the pre-recorded ones, go check out the comments. I bet you anything, Steve Cross has made a comment, and it's usually good and very like I like it. I like it. It was like, here, you know what? I'm gonna read the most recent one because I like it. It was very good. The Direct Firestar is a very good value for money. 2 massive assaults and 1 big one, as well as a very capable and large size heavy, and the Rifleman 2C is pure cheese. Great vid, as I love how you show the old and new art. Okay, now, why do I say this is a great comment? Number one, like, he very well supports like the review. He's like, hey, I think this is a good value for money because you get this and that, blah blah blah. And he makes, I'll even add what Six World says. He makes a little bit of a pithy comment. The Rifleman 2C is pure cheese. You know, and then he also gives feedback on the video. He says, I love how you show the old and new art. Folks, I'm not good at the whole YouTube thing very much. But feedback, I guarantee you, the channels that you watch, they want feedback like that. They beg for feedback like that. So give them some feedback. I and don't just like dump on everything. You know, just give them a little feedback. I guarantee you they will really, really like it. So, anyways, thank you, Stephen. I will give you an actual reply eventually. I am clearly a little occupied at the moment. I've only been going for an hour. Holy crap. Feels like much longer. I might actually have to end soon. All right. We're going to do a couple little detail things with some dark silver. And then I'm going to have to bounce because we haven't been here for 2 weeks. Kim's already back at work, and so I'm going to have to go do grocery shopping. Anyways. Country Music Hall of Fame and Museum has some great stuff. There was I forget whose car it was. But there was a car in this museum, and I kid you not, it is more heavily armed than some South American countries. It was ridiculous. It was hilarious. It also had like big bull horns up on the front of it. Thing was straight up ridiculous. Had like pistols for door handles, like, you know, an old school cowboy 6-shooters. There was a rifle on the trunk that, you know, you hit a bump wrong and the driver's getting his head taken out. Okay, I'm sure they were all disarmed, or rendered non-functional, because they were also chromed out to the nines. But it was It was so absolutely ridiculous, but it was so fun to see. They had the very first electric guitar, which was actually really cool. Okay, say this is a guitar. Dude literally just cuts it down the middle. And then he takes a 4x4 piece of wood and he glues the two halves of the guitar to it. And that was the very first electric guitar. Apparently, it's called the Log. And if you didn't know what you were looking at, you would walk right by it. I would have absolutely walked right by it. Luckily, we had Cody there to point it out. What I thought was interesting about most of the guitars, it's like most of them were acoustic guitars. And they looked used. Like not like, oh yeah, this has been on stage a couple of times. But I'm talking like this was first off bought off of a pawn shop. And then it was it was used for years. Like, even when they, would start to make some money, they still kept using that guitar from the pawn shop. And it just, there was something to it that just made it, different. There were these, so the big, embroidered suits. Apparently they're called nudie suits. Yep, sounds spelled exactly like it sounds. I guess that was the guy's name. And it's like they put their money into getting a suit. As opposed to a new guitar. Which, I mean, I have no problems with that. It's just, so different than what you associate with rock and roll or pop culture or things like that. So it was really, really interesting to see that little bit of Americana. Yeah, it's even for being someone who doesn't really care about country music, it was absolutely amazing to see some of those artifacts. Um, so, absolutely would recommend if you're ever in the area to go check it out. Also, Cody was a great tour guide. There. So that was a lot. That was a lot of fun. Just getting to hang out and talk and get to know him. What else did we see at the museum? Oh, whoever makes the plaques for the inductees into the Country Music Hall of Fame, they are disturbing, to put it simply. Like, and I hate I hate bagging on any artist, because I know that I'm not that good. Which I still don't understand why there's 10 of you hanging out here. I appreciate it. I just don't understand it. And but yeah, the because they, like, all of the plaques have like a sculpture of a sculpture of the musician's face, and oof. Let's just say, if you remember, like, the Jesus art restoration that was like horrible from a few years ago. Whew, these look similar. Steven, it has been a long time. Well, actually, no. You've been picking it up lately. But yes, the return of brush control. Anyways. I actually feel like I don't have as good a brush control lately. I don't know why. Looking at us in that tone of voice. Exactly. I wasn't looking at everyone, just you, Steven. Oh, so another fun story. So, all right. I don't know how many of you watch Smarter Every Day. But so about a year ago, here, I'm going to bring this up real quick. And I will also put the link in the description. All right. Make sure I do this right. Oh, let me pause that. Bring that to a new window. Wow, what is going on here? I don't know who. Stop it. I don't. What is going on? All right. So present, share screen, window. All right. So, this video came out about a year ago. And basically it focuses on this guy. So, this guy. Did I share it with the sound? I don't think I shared it with the sound. To share audio, share a tab or screen. Ugh. Fine. Anyways, yep, I'm a disaster. Sorry, folks. You know that's how these go. All right, there we go.
This thing burns a ton of kerosene and 2 tons of liquid oxygen every second. Each engine.
That's because when you say, man, this does a ton of whatever.
Anyways, this is a great video. If you're interested in rockets or space or anything, whatever, go check this out. I linked it in the description. It's super great. And we got to go to the Space and Rocket Museum, and as we'd gone through the whole museum, and I'm old and I'm fat.
Inside that whole down, he's hotter than a $2 pistol.
I like that song.
So, my back was hurting, so I sat down. Actually, let's turn the closed captioning off. Dismiss that. Anyways, so like right here, there's like 2 chairs, and Kim and I went and sat down, and we're just sitting there because we're dying, or I'm dying. She's much more fit than I am. Anyways, this guy comes walking out, and so I go up and he talked to us for like 30 minutes,
And I don't know if you heard it, but he was talking about like how Destin was talking about how this guy's ability to just remember facts and details like is like it's absolutely true. Just the amount that he would just talk to us and bring up things and bring up, you know, information in detail, you know, about the Saturn V program, you know, was absolutely nuts. And that particular guy basically is a computer engineer who worked on the Saturn V computers. And he and so essentially, like, he was part of the team essentially that kept the rocket intact as it launched. So he talks about in the video how like the four outer engines are all like they can all rotate a little bit to steer the rocket, and they had to be like super careful that they don't move too quickly, otherwise it could snap the Saturn V in half. Which, when you're standing next to that thing, it is ridiculously massive. Oh my gosh, that thing was so huge. And you know, and so the fact that he was responsible for, you know, essentially programming the computers to manage that was astounding. It was kind of funny because, like, I asked him, like, now the way I phrased the question was, what does he think about, like, SpaceX and what they're doing? You know, I didn't try to downplay, you know, the NASA programs, especially like the old 60s NASA programs. But it was funny because I asked him and he clearly got a little annoyed. Even Kim recognized it. Like, I did ask him like about like the catch of the Starship booster, and he thought that was really cool. But my suspicion, because essentially, like, he's essentially like a free tour guide. You know, he'll hang out in that room with the Saturn V. Now, that one was not designed as a launch vehicle. That was essentially for some static testing. Basically, they would take it out to a test range and just shake the ever-living hell out of it. And so that's what they have there in the museum. I mean, it's close enough to the official product, even being a little different. And anyway, so like
my suspicion is that he was a little annoyed because I think like everybody that goes in there probably talks to him like, oh, you know, Elon Musk does blah, 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 and just kind of craps on the Saturn V program and what they did, you know, without, you know, recognizing like nowadays, launching a rocket, I mean, just launching a rocket isn't really a big deal to anyone. You know, like, okay, the booster returning and landing upright. I mean, that's new. That's kind of a big deal. But just launching a rocket, you know, everybody's going to be like, meh, seen it. Who cares? And so I think a lot of people probably go to him and just out of ignorance, kind of trash talk the programs that he worked on, which for me as a kid, you know, born at the tail end of that program, you know, raised on the shuttle program, lived through the two biggest space disasters like ever. You know, it's like that's part of what I grew up with. So it was a little funny to see him react that way, but I totally understand it. But he still recognizes some of the cool stuff that it did. He did say that after he left working on the space program, essentially he went and wrote the computer programs that can read handwriting on checks, which is kind of cool. He's a native of Alabama, which you can absolutely tell if you listen to his accent. Which just kind of made me laugh because Alabama gets a lot of grief. Like, oh, you're some dumb hick from Alabama. Just looking at Huntsville, that is not a fair comparison. I mean, you know, hey, Dr. Death. Yes, roll Tide. Like, number one, yeah, Alabama's very much an agricultural state. But number one, don't knock the farmers. No farmers, no food, no eat. So there's that. Right. So, but that's the crazy thing. Like Huntsville is called Rocket City for a reason. Like, everybody's there. Boeing is there. SpaceX is probably there. They're like, it is like, Huntsville is absolutely not a town of idiots. It is strong tone. That's what I need. Like just on that video, again, that guy is an Alabama native. Destin, the guy that runs Smarter Every Day, Alabama native. Apparently he lives like 25 miles from Huntsville. You know, these are like, I get that stereotypes come around for a reason. But just, I don't know. I guess all I could really say is stop being ignorant, folks. Not necessarily saying that any of you in the audience are. Just throwing that out there. All right, let's wash these suckers. That's a little thicker than I wanted. Anyways, but yeah, so actually one of the I forgot to point out one of the last cool details about meeting the rocket guy. So he like literally we talked for like a half an hour. It probably wasn't that long, but that's what it felt like. It was great. Oh my gosh, was it great. And anyways, towards the end, he's like, you know what? Because you seem, I don't normally do this, but you seem really interested. He's like, wait here. And he goes into his office. Which, oh, by the way, he is a docent emeritus. So clearly he's been there long enough that like they're just like, you know what, just show up whenever you want. Kind of a thing. He said, I kind of assume that's what emeritus, like how a docent emeritus would work. Anyways, but so he's like, wait here. And he comes back and he's got these 4 like spiral bound print offs of essentially, like, I don't want to call them research papers, but like informational papers about different stuff for the Saturn V. So like there was one about the computer system, so what he specifically worked on and what they'll talk about in that video that I linked in the description. So one about that. One about the Apollo 13 second stage booster that was... So like, I guess what they did with all of them is like they set them on a trajectory to just fall into the sun or end up in like solar orbit, one of the two. Whatever. Yeet it out of Earth space. And something went wrong and it didn't work. And so it ended up in this like really weird orbit that took it around the moon, took it around the Lagrange point. Eventually, it made it to the sun. And then it came back. And so he did this whole, like, write-up, essentially on the math, which, let me tell you, just glancing at, I'm going to read these. He gave them to me. I'm going to read them. But essentially on the math of how this all happened. Anyways, so it was super cool. I asked, like, you know, if he's gotten any feedback on the video, and apparently, like, everybody from around the world that see, he's like, yeah, he put that up on the day after Christmas, and like within 24 hours it had like 1 million views. And I think it's like there's the main video has like 3.5 million views, and the long form video, which I didn't link, but you can find the link from the main video. It's like almost 2 hours long. But he was just shocked, and he's like, yeah, and I still get emails and people reaching out to me, you know, I had people from Croatia, blah, blah, yeah, that's what he said specifically. Anyways, so that was one of the most fun. Well, okay, it wasn't necessarily fun, but it was really cool. Kim loved it because she's like, you were like a kid in a candy store. Actually, she just called me a big kid, but yeah, that was probably my favorite thing, just mostly because of the personal interaction. Like, I loved hanging out with Max. That was great. Like, Max Liao from Legion of Myth, literally a straight up stand-up dude. Absolutely loved spending the day with him. His wife, very lovely. Very much liked her. But my favorite thing would have been the Space and Rocket Center. Just because of that little personal touch. So I'm going to read his papers, and I am going to write him, and I am going to say thank you, because that's the right thing to do. Okay. At this point, it is almost 11:30. I have to try and make myself take a nap at some point. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to end the stream at this point. Oh, I just realized I never turned the music back on. Oh well. All right. So, folks, if you didn't see, there is there's a Battletech video review that's up today. There's going to be, I've got to do more stuff. So just keep an eye out for videos. I'll do things. I hate promising what's coming and then not doing it. So just keep an eye out. More videos. Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern. We'll be back with live Eberron deep dives. We're going to start getting into the lore of the world. I've got some reading to do. That's another problem. but we will get there. But folks, thanks so much for hanging out. I've missed you. Clearly you guys enjoy this because you keep coming back. So regardless, thank you so much. But otherwise, go have a great day. Have a good week. And, we'll see you in more videos and live streams coming soon. So thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you next time. Bye.